The last person who should have betrayed me was him. The last place it should have happened was my own home. And the moment I found out, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I made a decision. And that decision changed everything. If you love stories about real loyalty, real betrayal, and real consequences, hit that subscribe button right now, because this one doesn't end the way you think. My name is Cole, 28 years old, warehouse shift supervisor, nothing fancy. But I had what mattered. A girlfriend named Amber, 3 years together, talked about moving in permanently, maybe more. And my best friend, Derek. We'd known each other since we were 9 years old, grew up 2 blocks apart, went to the same school, same church, same bad neighborhood. He was the best man at my older brother's wedding. He was the first call I made when my dad got sick. Derek wasn't just my friend, he was family, or so I thought. But there's something strange about the people closest to us. The ones who know exactly where our walls are also know exactly how to get behind them. It started small, the way it always does. Amber started coming home later. Not every night, just enough to notice. Derek started canceling on me. "Busy with work," he'd say. "Got something going on." Always vague, always just enough to not feel like a lie. And then I noticed something else, something I wish I hadn't. Derek's car, parked on my street at 11:30 at night, while Amber told me she was at her sister's. She wasn't at her sister's, and Derek wasn't busy with work. I sat in my truck for 20 minutes, just breathing. A part of me already knew, but knowing something and seeing it, those are 2 very different kinds of pain. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I'm not that kind of guy. I needed to know, not guess, not assume, know. And so for 2 weeks, I paid attention. I noticed that when Derek called me, it was always after 9 p.m., always when Amber had gone to bed, like he was checking if the coast was clear. I noticed that Amber had deleted her text thread with him, all of it, wiped clean. But she hadn't deleted her call log. 14 calls in 1 month, 14, to my best friend. And then I found the receipt, folded up in her jacket pocket. A restaurant 40 minutes outside of town, for 2. On a Tuesday night, she said she was working late. I kept waiting to feel rage, but what I felt instead was something colder, something quieter, and honestly, far more dangerous. I told Amber I had a work trip. I told Derek the same. Then I packed a bag, drove away, and came back. I sat in my neighbor's car. He'd lent it to me, no questions asked. 2 hours, cold coffee, cold seat, cold feeling in my chest. And then Derek's truck pulled up, parked right out front, and he walked up to my door, and Amber opened it like she was expecting him, like she'd done it 100 times before, because she had. The woman I'd planned to propose to had given my best friend a key to my home. I didn't go in. I didn't knock. I didn't scream in the street. I went back to the borrowed car, and I sat, and I thought, not about what they'd done, about what I was going to do. I came home early, told her the trip got canceled, watched her face. She smiled, said she was glad I was back, made me eggs, and I let her. I sat at that table and I ate those eggs, and I looked at her and I thought about 9 years of Derek, every birthday, every rough patch, every secret I'd ever told him, and I thought about how all of that time didn't mean a thing to him when he saw something he wanted. I didn't cry, not once. I think that's the saddest part. But what Cole did next, most people wouldn't have had the patience for, and maybe that's exactly why it worked. Here's what I did. I didn't blow up their phones. I didn't post about it online. I didn't call Derek names in front of mutual friends. What I did was remove myself, completely, deliberately, without warning.
I found a new apartment, signed a lease on a Friday, moved out on a Saturday, left her a note on the kitchen table. 4 words: I already know everything. I blocked both of them, every platform, every number, not out of anger, out of self-respect. And then I called every one of our mutual friends, not to talk trash. I just told them the truth, calmly, once, clearly, and let them decide what to do with it. The most powerful thing you can do to someone who betrayed you quietly is leave them loudly. Within a week, Derek had lost 6 friends, not because I told people to choose, because people see who a person really is when the truth comes out. Amber called my mom, cried, apologized, said it was a mistake. My mom listened, then said very simply, "You should have thought about that before," and hung up. I've never loved my mother more in that moment. People ask me if I regret how I handled it, if I wish I'd said more, done more, made it uglier. I don't, because here's what I learned. Betrayal isn't about the person who left. It's about the version of yourself you discover afterward. I discovered that I was someone who could be still in the middle of a storm, someone who could think before he acted, someone who didn't need to destroy 2 people to feel okay about himself. Derek and Amber, last I heard, they don't even talk anymore. Turns out, a relationship built on betrayal doesn't survive the guilt. Funny how that works. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not even sad. I'm just free. And the best thing about real freedom, nobody can take it from you, because you didn't get it from them in the first place. If this story hit different, if you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted completely, drop a comment below. You're not alone. And if you want more stories like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Every single week, we tell the stories most people are too afraid to say out loud.